Hey family, my name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, and with 2023 fast approaching, or already here depending on when you're watching this, it's time to once again get excited for upcoming games that will be coming out throughout the year. There is so much coming out, or at least scheduled to come out in 2023, that I need to break this up into two different videos. So this one you're watching is going to be solely based off of video games that are expected to come out in 2023 that I am most excited for. This is my personal list of games in 2023 that I can't wait to play. Part 2 of this is going to be about board games, specifically ones coming to my collection in 2023, so be on the lookout for that, which should be out in the next day or so, or watch it anyway, depending on how far in the future you are. In any event, keep in mind my lists for both this video and the next one will differ from yours. We may agree on a bunch of these, which is awesome and great. I'd love to talk about it, but I also want to hear what games you are excited for specifically that will be coming out in 2023. What gets your excitement level high, your hype level going? I can guarantee that a lot of these games on this list I'll be talking about quite often throughout 2023. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Home Gamer Dad so you don't miss any future fun videos and join our growing gaming family here. So this way we can all come together, discuss, chat in a nice safe space about whatever it is that excites us about games, possibly things that we're not so happy about, but it doesn't really matter so long as we have a great conversation about it, listen to each other, and treat each other with respect. A lot of these games that I'm going to be listing do have set release dates already, and I will be doing this on a month-by-month basis. So this is really in no particular order except for how soon they're going to be released. Starting with January 2023, Dead Space Remake. Oh man, January 27th scheduled release date. I can't wait. Can't wait for this one. It's so soon in the year. I am a huge Dead Space fan. I played the original when it first came out. Number 2, obviously. 3 was garbage, but I still played through it because I wanted to find out the story and all that other stuff. I played through the Wii version of the game, Extraction, I believe it was called. It was a light shooter, which is awesome. I've seen the animated movies. Dead Space as a whole is amazing because it took survival horror and just kind of really elevated it up to a game that you needed to really focus on where you're shooting the enemies rather than just constantly going for headshots, because you could knock off their heads and the enemy just kept coming at you. These undead creatures could not be stopped by headshots. You had to dismember them and things like that. It was gruesome. It was crazy. It was awesome. Not only that, but it legitimately had some scary moments to it. The atmosphere within the Ishimura was beautifully done. And when I heard they were doing a remake for this game, I was like, oh man, why does it have to be a remake? Why can't I just get Dead Space 4? But knowing how Dead Space 3 turned out, it's like, okay, I can kind of see where we're coming from with this. Dead Space 3 was critically a failure of sorts. Some people liked it. That's great. I was not really one of them, but that's all right too. It doesn't really matter. But we are at least getting back into the series. The IP isn't lost into the void of all the other games, and we have this coming out. So once it comes out in January, I will absolutely be picking it up as soon as possible. I will probably be doing a Your Mileage May Vary for the original one as well, because that game has traveled with me through many, many years, through many, many playthroughs, and I look forward to talking more about it. So January 27th release date, Dead Space Remake. There's a lot of remastered, remade, reloaded games that are coming out in 2023, so you're going to see a lot of those appear on this list, including this one, which is coming out February 17th, Tales of Symphonia Remastered. The Tales series is like just as important to the RPG world as the Final Fantasy series. There are a ton of Tales games, and while they don't really all connect together in any way, yes, you'll have crossover characters here and there that you'll see as like hidden bosses or maybe a random character that shows up. I think occasionally you'll get other characters from Tales games jumping over to new ones to be party members and everything. But generally they don't have anything connected other than how certain game mechanics work and what you can expect from each one. Very similar to how the Final Fantasy series works. Tales of Symphonia was the very first Tales game that I played, and not only was it an amazing experience for myself personally, but I played it with my friends. Paul, actually I've talked about him several times on this channel. He will make an appearance on this channel in 2023, that is a guarantee. He and my other friend Chris, another Chris, I knew a lot of Chris's, we played a 3-player game of that straight through. It was also one of the first RPG games that I ever played multiplayer, which was fantastic. Player one, the main player, generally was the one that ran around the world map and kind of interacted with people, bought stuff, things along that ways. And we took turns being that main player as we played the game. But generally, whenever you got into a battle, you controlled whatever character you were assigned to, and you could assign yourself a character. I love Genus, I believe was his name, because I didn't need to be on screen. Physical characters were always on screen, whereas I was a mage, so I was off screen, and all I had to do was just hold the buttons down in order to charge various spells once I got the ability. And then randomly you would just see this green wave go out and this blue wave go out as I just kind of shot lasers and missiles from my character as we played. It's just a great game. It's so much fun. The characters are amazing. And the gameplay itself, if you happen to get a group of people together, up to 4, is so much fun jumping into battle and just causing all types of crazy havoc and ruckus along that way. So February 17th, Tales of Symphonia Remastered. March is a big one. I got 2 actually releasing in March that I'm looking forward to. And I'm going to start with the one that comes out earlier. March 9th is the release of Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. This is technically Fatal Frame 4, which we had originally skipped here in the United States. We went to Maiden of the Black Swamp, or Maiden of the Black Mist, I think that was actually, and that's Fatal Frame 5. So we didn't actually get this game in America until March now of 2023. I happen to have played it on a fan-dubbed version that's actually on my Switch right now, or not my Switch, on my Wii right now, I should say. I loved it. I love all Fatal Frame. The Fatal Frame series is absolutely fantastic. It is extremely creepy, especially if Japanese horror gets your, the hairs on your skin standing up like it does for me. I discussed this in a previous video. So I am looking forward to finally being able to play this officially in the United States. And then also more love for the Fatal Frame series. Like, it's out there. People buy it. People should show interest in it. So this way more can get made, so we can get a Fatal Frame 6. We can get 1 through 3 remastered, because why not? Everything is remastered. Get them released onto our PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo systems, and just really bring this series of games into light more, which is funny to say considering you have a camera, so you need good light for that anyway, and into the hands of more people, especially outside of Japan. I know it's a very popular series in Japan, and I think it does have grounds to stand on in America, in Europe, wherever around the world. So definitely look forward to that. March 9th in 2023, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Also in March 24th, and this is a big one out there, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Oh boy, guys. Wow, let me tell you about this game. Now, I am among the other Resident Evil fans who believes that Code Veronica should have gotten the remake treatment first. And we've gotten a lot of remakes previously. Resident Evil 1 got remade a while ago. Fantastic game. If you haven't played it, go play it. Same thing for Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Various degrees of, how great these games are. I love Resident Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil 3, not so much. So Code Veronica should have been next, but they went with Resident Evil 4, and I was a little hesitant at first, not anymore. Resident Evil 4 Remake and the Dead Space Remake, which I mentioned earlier, in my opinion, are what I call faithful remakes, in that you see and have various things from the original game, locations, storyline beats, characters, things along that ways, within the game itself, remade into a more modern version. You're going to have smarter enemies, you're going to have new mechanics, you're going to have new plot points that go out, but it stays faithful to the original. So this way you have familiar locations. They may be changed, but you know where you are. You have, as I said, familiar characters that kind of act the same, do the same thing, but are, in some cases, more tolerable, Ashley, and you're able to maybe get more immersed into the game as you play. And of course, various plot holes and everything from the original are made more clear, or they're added to it or whatever like that in order to really enhance the game. I think Resident Evil 4 Remake is just as big of an impact for the Resident Evil community as would be a new addition to the series whenever Resident Evil 9 gets announced or whatever like that. This could really show Capcom how much we love this series. I know we did it when Resident Evil 2 came out, and then when Resident Evil 3 came out, a lot of people really started hating on that game. It's not a bad game. If you've never played the original, definitely play the remake because it's good, but the original is far superior. But Resident Evil 4 looks to be up there, looks to be something that could potentially be the start of another series of games that could come out. I can see a lot of spin-offs from this happening. And then who knows, maybe we will get that Code Veronica remake. That's a cross fingers for you. Give me that Code Veronica remake. Do not give me a Zero remake. Let's just forget that Zero ever existed, please. Anyway, Resident Evil 4 Remake, March 24th, 2023. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. I'm sure I'll be talking about that again as it gets closer to the release. This brings us to April, which is actually my birthday month. I'm at the end of the month on the 27th, but this game comes out on April 14th. This is 100% going to be a gift to myself for my birthday. Do any of you do that out there? Do you get yourself something, you know, special, whatever? I'm absolutely giving myself this. This is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I am a huge Mega Man fan. My old channel on YouTube, which is still live, I may put some stuff out on it here and there depending on how the year goes. Metal Blade 427, go check that out if you wish. But I did 2 complete playthroughs of Mega Man Battle Network 1 and 2 on that channel, and I have just played these games for years and years and years and years and years, and I've been begging Capcom for a Legacy Collection along with other Mega Man fans, and lo and behold, here it comes. This game is going to satisfy so many things that I wished I could have done when I played the Battle Network series, you know, way, way, way long ago. And I played them all. I actually played 1 way late in the game. I played 2 first, then I played 3, then I played 1. Then 4 came out. Wasn't very happy with 4, but I'm happy for Legacy Collection because I'm going to give it another shot. 5 I played, Double Team 5, 6 with the Beasts, Network Transmissions, which isn't in the Legacy Collection, unfortunately, but I really like that one on the GameCube. I love my GameCube games and everything. Like, there was one on the Wonder Swan, which was such an obscure title. I love the Battle Network series. The anime was fantastic. I watched it subbed, I watched it dubbed. It doesn't matter. This game is going to enable me to be a world-class net battler, which I had always dreamed when I was younger, and just get online, connect with more people, battle them, trade the chips, trade styles. I can't wait. I can't wait for this game, and I will play it straight through numerically. I'll talk about that as it goes along as well, and this is just going to be so cool. Now I hope for a Star Force Legacy Collection. That would be even better. I don't know exactly how you would do that because you would need the 2 screens in order to play Star Force, but hey, Capcom, you're amazing right now. You're doing some fantastic work for your fans out there. There's a lot of games that I look forward to seeing if you're going to be able to put out more throughout the year, but between Resident Evil and Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, you guys are just chef's kiss for the year so far, in my opinion. So that is April 14th, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection for a lot of different systems, which is great. I hope they are cross-compatible so I can play it on, I'm going to buy it on the Switch, FYI, and I want to be able to play people on PC, on Xbox, on PlayStation. Doesn't matter. Let us build a Battle Network, net battling society together and rule the internet, or at least make it a fantastically fun place for all our navies. May is a little late in the year, and I really don't believe this release date at all, but hey, what can you do? Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, scheduled to come out May 12th. Breath of the Wild was such a crazy experience for me because I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I love them all. I played them all. They are just fantastic games. I never had a N64 growing up, but I always made it a point to play Ocarina of Time with my cousins and everything. They had it. I only recently, within the past year and a half, played Majora's Mask. Thank you, Switch, for bringing that on, and found out how wonderful of a game that is. But, you know, I played the originals for Nintendo, the ones on the Game Boy, you know, the DS, so many Legend of Zelda games out there, and I played through a whole ton of them. And Breath of the Wild was weird for me because I don't like open world games. I'm not a big fan of just being thrown into a big space and saying, good luck, do whatever you want. That's why like GTA and stuff like that are not like in my top games, but Breath of the Wild just hooked me and kept me playing for hours and hours and hours and hours. And now we have the sequel that's coming out, and yeah, I'm interested. I want to know about it. And it's just going to be even bigger because not only do you have the terrestrial land that you're on, but you fly up to these islands in the sky, and it's like, holy jeez, where are we going with this? There's still a lot of mystery behind this game in terms of what to expect from it and exactly what a lot of the mechanics are going to be, what, you know, we're going to hope to see from it being a sequel to Breath of the Wild. There are not very many direct sequels in the Legend of Zelda line. So I'm very curious about seeing what more is announced from this throughout the year. I'm sure we're going to get a Nintendo Direct about it. My guess will be February, you know, specifically focusing on it in order to like really build up hype. But yeah, right now I'm excited for it. I can't wait till it comes out, and I can't wait to see more about it. Right now, May 12th in 2023. Again, I don't believe that date, but we shall see. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And finally, I have a list of games that don't actually have any release dates tied to them, but I am looking forward to them, which hopefully they are coming in 2023. First one being Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reloaded. This was supposed to come out last year, but they completely pulled it because of the war that broke out between Russia and Ukraine. Like, this game was supposed to release like a week or two after that war started, and Nintendo was like, oh no, here's a game all about war with a war starting in the world. Let's not do this. It's another game that I played so much back on the Game Boy Advance days, and when I found out that this was released for the Switch, or going to be released, I immediately want it. So hopefully this comes out soon, and then I can play it and relive my glory days being an Advance War general. Next is Pikmin 4. Again, great fan of the Pikmin series, an amazing Nintendo IP, love it so much. This is more of a worker management style game where you're sending out all your Pikmin to do all different types of things throughout the world. You're on a time limit as the days go on, and you're fighting giant monsters within the world that you're in, which apparently is a future Earth. Any addition to the Pikmin saga is more than welcome in my book. Whenever this gets a release date, which I'm sure we'll get from Nintendo on the next Direct, that is something I am looking forward to. Hopefully in 2023, that's what they're saying it's going to come out in, so crossing fingers on that one. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I love the original Spider-Man. Holy geez, that was such a great game. Any one of the Spider-Man games where you're swinging around New York in like freeform style and everything, oh my God, I could swing around the city forever. And it just, I can understand Spider-Man doing it, and then as a gamer doing it, it's like, oh, this is such a fun, relaxing experience swinging around. Hey, look, there's a mugging, let's go stop them. You know, you'll spend most of your time just going through New York doing stuff before even doing any of the main storyline. I probably won't buy right away because I learned from this last one, you wait till the greatest hits comes out so you get all the DLC. I don't mind spoilers. Spoilers never bothered me, but it's still something I'm looking forward to seeing in 2023. And then, of course, whatever it is they have added onto it. If it comes early, hopefully by the end of the year. If not, this will be on my 2024 list then. And finally, an extremely obscure tile, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. Yes, I love the movie. Clowns scare me, but this movie is absolutely a blast. It's such a cult classic. I don't think it needs a sequel. I know people kept talking about seeing a sequel for this for forever. It's like Beetlejuice. Like, you really don't need a sequel at this point. It's been so long. There might be a remake of it. Who the heck knows? But I think this game looks so much fun. I like these one versus many style games now. So this is just another one that I can't wait to check out to see exactly more details about it, how you go about playing as the clowns to collect the, to find your victims, turn them into the cotton candy and whatnot. Or, what do you do as a human? What do you need to do in order to defeat the clowns and get them out of here and everything? You have to shoot them in the nose, defeating them all. Do you have to sabotage their tent? Who the heck knows at this point? But this is one of the more obscure titles that should be coming out in 2023 that I'm looking forward to, simply because it's a fun game and it looks like a fun concept. And there you have it. That is my list of games that I am most looking forward to coming in 2023. I quote that because release dates are all subjective to change, though the ones that are coming out within the first few months I think are pretty solid, especially straight, the ones from January, February, March, and April. Who knows, maybe in December of 2023, I'll just make another video revisiting this list and telling you guys what made it to my collection, what I played, what I thought of it, and things along that ways. But now I ask you once again, what are you looking forward to in 2023? Leave it down in the comments section below. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk to each other about what it is we're looking forward to, what it is that we want to play, what we hope for in 2023, whether it be announcements for later that year or something in the future, all kinds of stuff like that. It's a family meeting. We should sit down around a little fire computer, whatever you want to do, pretend there's a fire on your computer or anything like that, and let's talk. Let's have a good discussion and really dig deep into what it is that we are looking forward to in 2023. As always, you are all absolutely amazing. I wish you all a very happy new year, and then hopefully a prospect of many, many games to play throughout the coming months, years, however long you want to do it. But in the long run, be sure to take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. No matter what it is we play, no matter what we're interested in, we are always going to be together, united, under the blanket of the gaming world. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next year.